Hola and welcome. I'm re-recording this because the first recording, all 22 minutes of it, had all this scratchy noise in it, and I'm thinking it was the connection of my plug into the phone that allows me to turn on the video or off the video, whatever. So I'm going to try and remember everything I talked to, but it wasn't scripted. So, hello and welcome. And this is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, coming to you from, well, this video, recording this video in the Dominican Republic at the Malaya Hotel, the Grand Reserve at the Paradisias Real. That's a lot of things, but I'm loving it here. I'm sitting on my balcony with this wonderful couch, so I'm leaning back on the couch, and I'll pop in a picture. And I look out, and I'm seeing the swimming pool. Let me share that with you. I think. Oh, it's not allowing me to make the turn. Okay, normally I can flip it back and forth, but anyway, I'm using a selfie stick. I don't have a tripod with me, and I'll probably said that in another video. I'll pop in a picture. Anyway, I'm enjoying this, and you're seeing this after I get back home. When I'm out of town, I never do videos of the out of town until I get back home, and most of you can figure out why that is. One of the things that this particular trip allows me to experience is to experience life on a different level. I allow myself to save the money, to spend the money, looking for good deals and good things, but this is a all-inclusive resort, so once I've paid, it is paid for. Now, some of the things I keep forgetting to account for is tipping the bellman or tipping the bartender and tipping, like the world, right? They have a buffet here, so I try to leave something on the table for the people who clean off the table for me and all of that. I don't know if that is normal, that most people do leave a tip, but for me, even if it's not a lot, it shows my appreciation. Taking a trip like this allows me to feed my subconscious mind. Sounds like a helicopter just went over. Anyway, it allows me to feed my subconscious mind with good things. That allows me to feed myself with the knowledge that I am worthy, that I can enjoy good things, that as I think about things, I am able to do that. I thought about this trip. I was here 2 years ago for my son's wedding, and I really loved it. I didn't stay in this particular resort. I stayed over at their other resort that was close to the ocean, and that it was an adults-only side. This side has, the kids are here. Boy, that's another helicopter. They do helicopter sightseeing trips. Anyway. But it's wonderful to be here. And I thought about this trip earlier in the spring, wanted to come, and the circumstances presented itself that allowed me to make this trip. Because we have to think about, it wasn't a thought about, I can't go, I can't afford it, I can't do this, I can't, so many times we go, I can't afford it. And you go, well, what can you afford? What do you want to afford? What would it be like if you were able to do this? what would you need to do? Or what would you need to ask the universe to provide you in order for you to have that which you desire? All of this is getting back to the idea of what you think about yourself and the things that you want, the things that you desire, who you are, what station in life you are, where do you want to be, all of that. So I'm going back to Florence Scovel Shinn, back to her book. Well, her 4 books. This is The Wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn, 4 complete books. And I am in The Secret of Success. And I'm on the piece for the Watchman at the Gate. She starts it by quoting from Jeremiah, the 6th chapter, the 17th verse from the Hebrew Scriptures. Also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. And she said, we must all have a watchman at the gate of our thoughts. The watchman at the gate is the superconscious mind. We have the power to choose our thoughts. You do have the power to choose your thoughts. You have the power to decide, is this good or is this bad? Now, sometimes you may not realize that you are doing negative thoughts, or you are saying something negative, or you are putting yourself down. And I always recommend that you have someone in your life that may hear you speak and says, did you mean it that way? You know, you're saying you can't do something, or you're being very negative about it. You know, is that where you want to be? I give all my friends permission to call me out when I say something negative. And you go, but Bev, you teach all this stuff. Yeah, but I still at times, something will come out of my mouth that is negative. And then I reword it to what I want, what I desire. So I had the desire to come to the Dominican Republic to experience this trip, actually without all the hoopla of a wedding. Because when I was here before, everything was scheduled. They scheduled when we were going to dinner, and a catamaran ride, and a sightseeing trip, and you know, all those kinds of things. And I didn't really plan anything. Well, I get here and realize that they don't really have a lot of things to do. Now when I leave here, I'm going to a painting class, right? But I had to find out. I went to go to dinner and realized that I had to set my dinner reservations between 9 and 4. Well, I didn't realize that. So this morning I went down and I got reservations for dinner for tonight and for tomorrow. So I learned some things by being on my own. I was supposed to be here with someone else, but they had to cancel their trip. Now, I wasn't going to stay in the same room with them, so this was okay. And so I'm here alone, which initially I didn't want to be. But my friend told me, you were supposed to be there by yourself. I met a woman here and her family from Phoenix, and we were talking, and I was talking about the fact that I was supposed to be here with other family members. And she said, no, you were supposed to be here by yourself because there's some things that you're learning. And I am. I'm learning that I can travel out of the country and I don't have to have someone with me. I'm learning that when I travel out of the country and I go to a resort or I go somewhere, get up early in the morning and go down and find out what's going on in the city. I want to plan a certain trip, and then I was kind of nervous about planning it on my own, but now it's like, nah, go ahead and plan it on your own. If someone else wants to join you in the trip, fine, but go ahead and plan the trip yourself. This is being a guardian to my gate, having a watchman at my gate, and friends, right, to help me make these decisions. Our minds allow us to think things, to do things, but we need to control what goes into our minds. We can learn to control our thoughts through determination. Through determination, not force. Now, Florence gives an example of a sheepdog getting all the sheep to go into a pen, but these 3 particular sheep didn't want to follow the directions, didn't want to go in the pen. Well, the dog didn't bark and try to push them or anything. He just laid down in front of them. If they moved, he'd go right back in front of them. But he never did a whole lot of things. He just sat down in front, never took his eyes off them. He didn't bark. And in a little while, the sheep tossed their heads and went into the pen. He didn't use force. She says, we take an affirmation and repeat it continuously while our thoughts are on rampage. We cannot always control our thoughts, but we can control our words. And repetition impresses the subconscious, and we are then master of the situation. So let's talk about you listening to music. I'll listen to music, and I may not most of the time I pay no attention to the lyrics. I'm always paying attention to the beat and the rhythm and the melody, those sort of things that get me. And then people will start saying the words, and I go, oh, is that what they're singing? But please remember, when you're listening to this music and you're listening over and over again, the subconscious is recording the words, the lyrics. So sometimes you might want to go out and find out what the lyrics are, because maybe you don't want those things going into your subconscious, because your subconscious accepts them as fact, doesn't accept them as, oh, it's just music. And it says, this is the way things are. So if you're listening to negative, if you're listening to me, now this is me, foul language and calling people names and just to me, nasty stuff. All right. Now to you it may be okay, but for me, no. But you need to listen to positive music, things that make you feel good about yourself and those around you, because your subconscious is accepting all of that. So the watchman at the gate, just think about here on this compound, when I was being driven here, the driver had to stop at the gate. The guard at the gate knew the driver, and the organization, the company, is contracted by this compound to bring people from the airport in here. So therefore, he stopped at the gate. He told him where he was going. He brought me to where I needed to be. There was a watchman at the gate. There are communities that have guards at the gate, and you either have to be announced to the people who live there, or your name has to be at the gate in order for them to let you in, a watchman. There are communities where you put in the code in the gate. Now that one is just not good, because sometimes you put the code in the gate, you go in, and then somebody tailgates behind you. It's kind of like sliding in. It's kind of like that music, sliding in. You open the door by playing the music, and then it slides in that information. You want to be careful about it. Your success and happiness in life depend on the watchman at the gate of your thoughts. For your thoughts, sooner or later, crystallize on the external. So in other words, your thoughts reflect the world that you're in. My thoughts allowed me to reflect so that I could be on this vacation in this location. My thoughts allow me to be able to, while on vacation, go ahead and decide to record this vlog. So, how are you thinking? What is your thoughts? How do you want your life to be? Take the time to pay attention to what you're feeding yourself Pay attention to what the words are that you're saying. Put people around you and give them permission to tell you when you are saying something negative so you can change it from the negative thing to what you really want. Because your words have power. You speak your truth. You can speak into existence. You can speak and find the things that you want in your life to come to you. Because your world that you live in is a reflection of your thoughts. The world you believe in and your thoughts reflect. So if you believe that you are not good enough, if you believe that no one wants you, if you believe that you'll never find that soulmate, if you believe that you'll never be rich, guess what? It'll never happen. Manifesting the life you want requires you to change the way you think, how you act on your words, and the things in your life, and the people that you associate with. This is Beverly Fells Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness. Give me a thumbs up if you love what I have just said, because when you give me the thumbs up, Google says, oh, this must be a video people would like. So they share my information. They share my video to other people, which is another suggestion I have. If you know someone who's interested in changing the way they think in their mind and their mindset, please share this video with them. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being here. And both of you make sure that you hit the bell so that you will be notified when I bring another video. And for those of you who may not know, this is an eclectic channel. I decided that I'm too old to have multiple channels. I'm having one channel. And I set things in playlists. So my playlist on manifesting has this video would be in that. I have a playlist on cooking and do it yourself. I have a playlist for my gardening and if I do other things that goes under do it yourself and there. So you can go to the playlist and find the videos that you enjoy. Just be sure to hit the thumbs up button and share. Again, as you have believed, let it be done to you, and it is so, and I will see you in the next video.